Hey guys, this is a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. You can find the full episode on any of the various podcast platforms, or of course, subscribe to us on YouTube for more of our content. Other than that, guys, sit down, bust a slump, and enjoy. Just moved past the NFL divisional round. We had some great games, some great matchups in there, and we are moving into championship weekend.
It's my favorite weekend.
Your favorite weekend. It's a good one, but favorite? Whoa. I mean, Super Bowl weekend.
Well, Super Bowl weekend, but I don't know. I'm kind of nostalgic when it comes to AFC Championship games. So,
really, do you just get flashbacks of your team just putting it on the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, that and all those years with Andy Reid going 4 years in a row, and then going to Arizona. So, no, it's pretty nostalgic for me.
Of course. Well, Andy Reid, fun fact, and I guess a fun segue into this. Of course, he had the multiple NFC Championship game appearances in the NFC. Well, he's doing it again in the AFC as the Chiefs will be hosting the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Chiefs are a 3-point favorite going into this game. Wow. And there is a lot of speculation as to what the status of one Patrick Mahomes is going to be, given he not only had a toe injury, but he also had a concussion. He was just getting beat up by those Cleveland Browns on Sunday. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't play, it's safe to say I don't think the Chiefs have a chance, because they have to be so crisp and on point with their game planning to be able to make that happen. And certainly talk about game planning, play calling. Andy Reid does a ton of work between Monday and Saturday to get his team ready for a game. But part of what makes the Chiefs offense so explosive and so dynamic is you have a guy that could just improv, throw the ball 60 yards on a line, get outside the pocket, make some stuff happen. That's Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think they'll have that same level of creativity or ability to come up with stuff on the fly with Chad Henne as the quarterback. When you look at this game, Puga, what do you make of Bills at Chiefs?
I mean, it all comes down to is Patrick Mahomes playing or not. I mean, it's two totally different games when if he plays and if he doesn't play. I mean, you saw Chad Henne do just enough to make sure that the Browns didn't come back and win that game. I mean, you talk about a gutsy fourth down throw to seal that game at the end to Tyreek Hill. I don't know if play calling like that is enough to overcome the Bills. I think the Bills are for real. Even if Patrick Mahomes does play, I would not count out the Bills. I think they're taking on the underdog role. I think they're a team that feels like they are the underdog, obviously. And I'm not counting out the Bills, even if Patrick Mahomes does play. I do have a soft spot for teams that haven't won a Super Bowl. But at the same time, I feel like the Chiefs offense with Mahomes is just going to be a little bit too much at the end. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to – and it has potential to probably be the best game of the day, depending on what happens in the first game. So I have the Bills coming up short, though. If Patrick Mahomes plays, I have the Chiefs at 35 and the Bills 31. So I have the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's fair. And again, it's just all going to come down to, is Patrick Mahomes playing? If he is, another huge advantage that the Chiefs will have over the Bills is just experience. Josh Allen still has to have that standout playoff game. He played okay against the Colts. He almost turned the ball over and cost them the game, though. Let's not forget about that. And he didn't have the greatest day. Didn't even have necessarily even a good day against the Ravens. It just happened that Lamar Jackson had a much worse day.
Yeah.
I think for the Bills, if they lose the turnover battle, which I think would be the case if Patrick Mahomes is playing, because Patrick Mahomes does do a great job of keeping the ball with his team, where Josh Allen just hasn't shown that same track record. He still gets a little loosey-goosey with the ball and causes his team to be put in bad spots. And I think in a high-pressure environment like the AFC Championship game, that is where I would raise my alarm bell to like a 10, given the inexperience at the quarterback position. It's a cool storyline, too. Of course, you have McDermott, who was also with Andy Reid. That Andy Reid coaching tree just continues to take over the NFL. And those two are going to be matching up. I think, of course, you get the experience advantage in the head coach there, given that McDermott is a offshoot of Reid. But yeah, no, if Mahomes is there, I'm going to say, let's see. So the over-under is 54. I think I'd go probably like relatively what you're saying, about 35. But I would say about 35-24.
Oof, okay.
Somewhere in that range.
There you go.
I feel as though maybe a late touchdown or something kind of just balance.